My name is Lecturer Kilaji, Bishop Kenya Michael Loltome. I repeat it again, I am Bishop Kenya Michael Loltome, United States of Kenya Republic presidential aspirant come 2027 elections. Precise date will be on Tuesday, August 10, 2027, or period, depending with this government kind of, economy. Today, I want just to talk about online because I am actually Professor Bishop Kenya Michael Oltome. Actually, I'm a person who normally preach online, the Bible Guide. Standing here today, this morning, on Thursday, July 16, 2026, speaking on behalf of voiceless Kenyans all over the country who are affected by this United Democratic Alliance Party or United Deceptive Alliance Party of our President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto. So I'm standing today here for the voiceless best people who are oppressed countrywide, including Marsabit, Saku constituency, whereby we have so many people affected. Some of them are killed and left in the church compound of African Church Songa location, Saku constituency. I was also attacked by those terrorists when I was pursuing that kind of evidence. My son also leg was amputated, and so many people affected also sustaining, injuries like me and my son, which was attacked by terrorists, and his leg was amputated out of that kind of atrocity against humanity. So the Bible says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for the righteousness, for they shall be satisfied." In Matthew 5:6. That's why I'm praying for all the people who are affected countrywide. In Psalms 82 verse 3, over their grievances, so that God will defend them, because God defends the weak and the fatherless, and uphold the cause of poor and oppressed, just type of justice. In Psalms 82 verse 3. So I, Bishop Kenya, Professor Lecturer Kilaji, ceremonial president come 2027 election, with Vice President Honorable Nixon Kukubo, retired Kenya Army. Powerful Prime Minister in my government will be retired United States of America President, His Excellency Dr. Barack Hussein Obama, with perhaps two, deputy premiers. And I'm also going to have, several kind of women to be first ladies in my government to help me in politics. One is Kenya, we call it the Ken 001, Honorable Charlene Ruto, the first daughter of President Ruto, and then Supreme People's War President, first daughter, Ken 002, that is Honorable Imgad Winnie Raila Amolo Odinga Oltome now, I'm married online. And also Uganda, President Yoweri Museveni, first daughter, His Excellency, Honorable, also Natasha Yoweri Museveni. Rwanda, First Lady, first daughter of Rwanda President. I said actually Yoweri Museveni daughter, Yuga or Uganda, UGA 004, and then 3 actually is Rwanda daughter of the first of the President Paul Kagame, His Excellency. That is Rwanda, Honorable, Angi Paul Kagame. We call it RW 00 code 3. So I stand with all the families of Songa and other also in Nairobi here, another 47 county government, 290 constituencies, 1,450 wards assemblies were affected. In this briefing of press statement that I'm I'm actually sending online. So that is why I have written to protect the legally, to tell the truth and call for justice without putting, the witnesses in more danger, particularly Marsabit, in this press statement. immediate release on 16th July 2026, today, Thursday. I said actually read subject call for justice and protection for victim of Songa, African Church Songa, Sakuru Constituency, Marsabit County Government attacked by terrorists on the way from Laisamis, youth camp to Songa via Marsabit town, were attacked in the forest and killed on several occasions, 8 of them, and buried in the church compound to bar people or to make people to run away from, worshiping the service and the church function. After I left there 2001 to go teach in Bible College, beside Bible College African Church, pastors were taking 4 years systematic Christianity, theology, practical, systematic, and exegetical theology, and also practical theology. I say exegetical, historical, systematic, and practical theology. So I went there at that time, and these people attacked 205 and respectively 2020, and in the church compound, and 4 others sustained injuries. So I, Professor Bishop Michael Otome, I stand for them in prayer, and also for them, these fellow Kenyans, members of the media who are hearing me, and people of faith, local media houses and international houses. I come before you today with a heavy heart, but with a hope and trust in God Almighty, in the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Fact 1, I say these 8 people have been killed and they're inside African church compound. Actually, respectively, I mentioned the day 205 and 220, respectively, and they are still in the church compound. In Songa location, circumstances in Marsabit County Government. For others who are seriously injured, among those affected is also my family. Myself, I was also attacked by terrorists January 13, 2024, and including my son also was attacked until his leg was actually amputated. That is Mr. Johnson Oltome. And the same day again, a lady was raped actually in Embakasi barracks here in Nairobi, Embakasi village barrack military, called Angelina Lasamoja, and he cried for help, and I talked to the person who he claimed has raped her, retired Kenya Army colonel of the same Embakasi military barrack before, retired colonel, call it Raso Ali Dido, or Raso Dido Ali, now 15 years, member of parliament of Sub-Constituency. And I talked to him, and he dumped her in my doorstep, and the lady stayed with us from 4:30 a.m. night until morning, on secretary, crying. And then the morning he called her immediately, and he took her and also sent another person at the same time, 4:30 night a.m. to take my son in a kind of a deceptive kind of whatever, saying they are going to to play football here in Pipeline, Greenfield, in that primary school compound, and he also attempted to kill him, and also break his leg together with others. That is on February 15, 2015, and until his leg was amputated after 5 hospitals refused to honor our NHIF, National Hospital Insurance Fund. So the young man leg was amputated in Kijabe Hospital. All right, he was amputated at Kijabe Hospital, and other also refused. The first one was Mama Lucy. Another one was actually this Indian in Nairobi hospital called Nairobi West, Kenyatta National Hospital, and Kenyatta Spinal Injury Hospital, until his leg now was amputated. So I've accused these people, these hospital CEOs or executive officers, doctors, in Supreme Court of Kenya and also in High Court. They are going to compensate whatever atrocities they have done to my son. So because they have not honored our national insurance family cover. So the fact that I say 8 people were killed inside Marsabit church since 2020 up to today 2026, particularly July today on 16 2026, they are still there. No forensic kind of analysis was done or DNA. The bodies are not released to their families, and actually they are not identified fully also. So it is actually a kind of a highest crime, or of that kind of magnitude. We call it, major crime offenses in Kenya. So among those affected, I said my son, myself, and also those 8 people and 4 injured. And I told the government to pay us. Those who are injured, particularly apart from me and my son, will be given 50 million and above, because we have really incurred a lot of problem. Also 8 people to be paid 50 million, each of them, including us, and 25 million for 4 others who are injured. So the government is not actually refusing as such, but they are delaying. So this attack has violated the sanctity of the church, spiritual affairs, because people are still crying. The bodies of these people, spirit, are crying in the compound, need actually to be buried in a dignified manner in Genesis chapter 4:10 and also Deuteronomy 19:13, and they not get the right life granted under Article 26 of the Kenya Constitution 2010 of Kenya laws. Number 2, legal action I want to be taken. I pursued a justice. I have filed a case at the High Court of Kenya, Milimani, and then the Supreme Court of Kenya, President Office, Honorable Mother Karambu Kome, Her Excellency, and also he has directed the High Court Judge, Principal Judge, His Excellency, Honorable Eric Kennedy Ogola, is the one who's handling the case together with other judges, like Judge Jackson Kapiru, Honorable also Lee Karanja, Honorable Kamau, and Honorable Ocheng, the one who are now handling the case. So on 25th, 2026, the Honorable Court granted me leave to prosecute this kind of matter as a pauper or poor person, exempted from court fees because of the public interest and the gravity of the case. So the judiciary tracking number is here. I'm going to show you, and actually it is here. So the tracking number is here. The tracking number is here. I just want to show you the tracking number. Okay. It is actually, I have quite a number of documents. The tracking number is actually within here. I was accepted from paying the fees. So I've paid only these fees. You can see it here. Okay. And then the court here. You can see it here. And then I was pastor there, not paid for 26 years. The office of the deputy president have agreed this. The office of the president have also agreed for the execution and compensation long time ago. Alright, the pastor also, Daniel Madada, sold part of the church compound here. And then you can see the officers which are also responsible in the government and politics in that kind of a case. All the particulars are here, including the county commissioner, DCIOs, Marsabit, and also national government. Professor Kindiki office is have also signed here, have agreed for the execution. Some other priests who are affected also, not only me, they are here. You can see them. Alright, you can see them clearly here. Okay, self-explanatory. Some also priests of Anglican Church and also African Church affected. They are here. I've reported to America. I wrote to America Embassy. That was actually on 21st January 2025. They are not actually objecting. Also, they said they have sent even the FBI to Marsabit. About 30 of them, they have actually said it is true what I'm saying. My son amputated leg affected here. All right. I've also requested so many people to help me, but none of them have turned up at one time to help me. They are here. No good Samaritan until recently. I got a help from another organization called Japur, which has given us artificial leg. Hague is also aware of this. United Nations also is aware. You can see it here. My submission I've done. You can see I submitted actually on December 17, 2025. They're investigating the Republic of Kenya, and they've also included in post-election violence of 2007. Some people are still remaining in the compound of the Lamadada. Also told them to do so and given money. That's the Bishop now of Marsabit, the AIC African Church. Mother Kome letter is here directing a principal judge of High Court to determine this, competent kind of a case of major crime. It is here. You can read it here. The Madada is here with the collar, and the people affected are there. You can see me with my choir members there. All right. Okay, and that is Marsabit. The one with the collar there up is Lamadada, reading Toros. Those are standing at university students. Also, IGOVs is aware. Inspector General of Police. I'm also given so many stations. After now, I discovered this. After excommunication, I'm going to develop them. They are here. And I also promised the daughter of the president, if I will marry her, because no objection, to be the overseer of this kind of, spiritual affairs stations. They seem to be so much interested in spiritual affairs. That is Honorable Charlene Ruto. Some of this station, like the one called Kurkum, station number 20, as petroleum plant, which was used by British before they left Kenya, after ruling us since 1920 to 1963. You can see also of the of the President's State Department for Internal Security and National Administration, Codec, Honorable Codec WOGW, has also signed. All right, what I'm saying. Okay, United Nations is also aware of this. You can see all this. Okay, that is actually Security Council, New York. You can see here. They're aware of what I'm saying. That is General Secretary. Honorable His Excellency Dr. Guterres is aware all this information. Okay, all this information. You can see now my son rep the case is here. You can see it clearly. The person who have rep the one who have repped actually have launched the case. Okay, here in Abakazi. Okay, the case number is here. It is here. Okay, and you can see it clearly. Okay, the case here is now here in Bakazi. Okay, you can see it here clearly. You can read it here, and the people, numbers, they are there. You can read it. Okay, all right. My son leg is here. Okay, Kijabe Hospital is here. You can follow this, all the particulars from this number now, or B number. You will check on all the hospitals. You will see it clearly. They're here. And actually the case I've launched also. So that is how things are here. And it was signed. The lawyer has signed. Okay. You can see it here. The advocate has signed here. Okay. Still here. So that is how things are here. You can also check here. Sign. Okay. So that is how it is. And I've already also written to high human rights. It is here. You can read the letter here, human right. I've written here, human right. Okay. I've written also to IPOA. You can read it here. That is independent police oversight. It is here. They are aware. You can see it here. Okay. I've also written to Human Rights Commission. It is here. You can see it clearly. Read it. Okay. I don't know whether you are aware also. I've written to IPOA actually. IPOA, that is independent police oversight. It is here. Alright, you can read it clearly. And then you can also read it here. Sign. Okay, signed clearly. I've also written to, the letter to Pope Leo Apostolic, because all the priests of Samburu County have been actually affected. They are also removed, so many of them, because of just bad politics. Some priests also who are alluding with the government are also terrorizing others, and they are removing them from Catholic Church parishes in Samburu County. So this politics is not good. It's also affecting spiritual affairs, county government. That's why you say I wrote to Pope Leo to consider even those priests which are affected. There are so many of them, so that they can be reinstated. Actually, they are here. All right, you can read it here. So what do I want to say here? This politics is not good. We are expecting now to have an election, because I have also petitioned the Pope Leo 14, Apostolic Palace, Vatican City, His Holiness Pope Leo, Secretary of His Holiness, and and also through His Excellency the Apostolic Nuncio. Okay, the email I've said it is Kenya, obviously. Kenya diplomat.far. And the priests which are also who has actually suspended others for no reason is actually, and they need to be reinstated, is Right Reverend Ronimus Emasukutu Joya, Bishop of Moral Catholic Church Diocese, Moral Samburu County Government, the county of Samburu Tribe. That's why I told him, actually, a humble petition for the reinstatement of serving Catholic Priest serving Samburu Apostolic Communities, Maralal Catholic Diocese, Kenya. I said, Your Holiness, with profound respect, venerable devotion, filial devotion, and in the spirit of communion with the Holy Father, I, Professor, Lecturer Clergy Bishop Michael Otome, humbly lay before him paternal attention of a matter urgent the pastoral concern affecting the Samburu people county tribe people, so that this serving priest have been suspended to be reinstated. That is, affected priest is Reverend Father Christopher Letikrich, Samburu tribe, Reverend John Dida, Gabra tribe, Reverend Maina, Peter Maina is actually Kikuyu, and Reverend Peter Nderito, Meru tribe, and Reverend Jonathan Namone, Turkana tribe, and Reverend Stephen Lakasuyan is actually Rendile Samburu tribe, and Reverend Peter Mzao is actually Kamba tribe. The absence of this priest actually has created a serious pastoral vacuum, because thousands of faithful Samburu parishes, other churchgoers, have missed now celebration of the Eucharist, confession, baptism, and pastoral visits. So Samburu normally are marginalized people, and this has caused them pain, confusion, and fear of being forgotten by the church. Priests and elders and catechists and lay people, or elders, deacons. So this is a grave concern that without this resident priest, many will be drifting away from their faith. So my humble petition to His Holiness, actually Pope Leo the 14th, I call mercy, dialogue, and synodality for this peripherals, humbly petition for them to call an urgent kind of a meeting to review the circumstances that led to the removal of this priest on July 12, 2026, and reinstatement to pastoral ministry, or any other alternative pastoral solution that ensures the Samburu people are not left without resident priest. Okay, to give them blessings, apostolic blessing and guidance of the Word of God, and also they normally also provide the local, ordinary, and all parties with the spiritual affairs and arrangements, and then they normally work also together with the reconciliation and good of all souls of those human beings. And I said my conclusion, conclusion remarks is an obedient children of the Holy Catholic Church, of which I was 1971, and still I honor. And my mom also is a Catholic, okay, faithful of Songa Sacco Constance Marsabit. So I trust that His Holiness Pope Leo 14 fatherly wisdom and guidance of the Holy Spirit, I pray that through the intervention, the Samburu tribe people who are enriched with the gospel of Christ and God's word will continue to hear the voice of the Good Shepherd through their priests. So I commend this petition to my prayers, and I remain in holiness, obedience and devoted servant of Christ. Professor Lecturer Clergy Bishop Kenya Michael Otome. I'm the complainant. My phone number is +254 795 979 848 +254 739 203 210. Email bishopkenyalol@gmail.com. Website www.thebibleguideblogspot.com. I'm speaking in Nairobi National Government, Embakasi Village, Embakasi Eastward, Nairobi, opposite police station. That's why I am speaking now. So I repeat it again. Actually, I call actually the judiciary to consider, what I've said in Marsabit about the fact of people who are buried in the churches, legal action to be taken, tracking number I've given out, and also reported this matter to the Office of the Deputy President on 19 February 2025, respectively also on 23rd May 2025 in the Office of the President, and I did also now to all these other places which I've mentioned. And my prayers also was actually is asking the judiciary and the government to give us an urgent hearing date at Milimani High Court, and also order execution and dignified burial of the victim, I've said, and provide compensation and medical care for survivors, provide witness protection for victim families and myself, also and my son. And then my message also is the church should be a place of peace, And no Kenyan should be killed and buried in the church compound because God is against in Numbers 35, 33 to 34 verses. And blood also pollute the land in that case. So I'm actually seeking truth, justice, healing, and reconciliation for Marsabit County government. All affected people suffered. All right, and they are still languishing for justifiable justice to be done for the current ruling United Democratic Alliance Party, which we call it the United Deceptive Alliance Party at time, with a lot of corrupt leaders, not all of them. So I call all the leaders, including the President's Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and security agencies and citizens to support this process so the rule of law will be upheld or be prevailed by supporting us financially, compensations, and victim who are survivors also medications. And they should also know that blessed are those who hunger and thirst for the righteousness, for they shall be satisfied in Matthew 5:6. So we need also safety guidelines for me and others, okay? Because now our lives is in danger, surely. If the government will not actually help us quickly, we are prone to these terrorists. They can even kill me or and all people I've mentioned. So actually, I've written my complaint to all these institutions because it's a kind of a gross violation, and that's why I concluded this matter by writing this letter now, or to also, human right. Yeah, okay, human right of Kenya. All right, because I told them the chairman of the National Commission of Human Rights in Kenya, Nairobi, complainant at knchr.org, an urgent complaint of gross humanity right violation and request for the monitoring Songa Church massacre, Marsabit County, and track my number, High Court. I write to